So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
We love you.
Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a...
Please do. My name is Michaela Montgomery. A lot of you guys know me as the girl from Chick-Fil-A, but I am so much more than that. See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families?
Did y'all see that Trump rally? Man, listen. They had y'all remember the Chick-fil-A girl? Okay, Michaela Montgomery's her name. This girl got on stage and destroyed Kamala. It was brutal. The takedown was insane. It's very smart for the Trump administration to get other people of color for these takedowns, because if you're a guy, especially if you're a white male and you try to do it, they're just gonna start hollering about racism and misogyny and all this stuff. But you can't exactly do that if another black woman, a true, actual, real, verifiable black woman, and as you about to see, this is definitely a true black woman, gets up there and smokes this fake behind wannabe black chick. Take a look.
As a young single mother, I can tell y'all that rent is too damn high. I can tell you that as a young black voter, groceries are too damn high. And I don't want to hear, oh, but we capped the price of insulin and lowered the price of all these medicines. Yeah, but you raised the price of everything else, so it's about time to start telling the truth to Americans and let them know exactly what they're signing up for if they want to vote for Kamala Harris. We also did a poll, and 80% of us black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy, so I'm going to need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November. See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families? I wonder if Mrs. Willie Brown, a black woman, is also with her. A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about, because she's only black when it's time to get elected. Did I lie? The same black people who are mad at Trump for being confused about her race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever, are seemingly forgetting that while you're touting her as a savior for black people, she identifies as an Asian woman. When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for black people, she said no.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
A few weeks ago at the debate, Trump mentioned black jobs, and a lot of people got in an uproar as if they didn't know what he meant. Well, we go to the polls and cast our black vote. We go to the stores and spend our black dollar. We live in our black community, but for whatever reason, we draw the line at a black job. Ooh. How can you be a champion for women's rights when you're taking away opportunities from biological women and giving them to transgendered ones? How can you promote equity for women and you're allowing men to play in women's sports? And what kind of feminist would still allow men to enter their sacred spaces, i.e. our bathrooms and school locker rooms? Do I even need to mention the opening ceremony at the Olympics? Oh, he made me feel so bad when he said that. Okay, but they hurt your families when they sent all your tax dollars overseas. The Biden-Harris administration forced Americans to take an experimental vaccine and took away their jobs, their livelihoods, and their freedoms if they refused. Trump gave us a choice and Biden gave us a mandate.
So you got a black woman up here who doesn't have to get on the stage and literally shake her ass in order to curry favor from voters and get people riled up. She can use the power of her words, not shaking her fanny and popping that thing with a bunch of other dancers in order to garner votes. In addition to that, JD Vance clapped back at Kamala Harris for all of her like weird comments. If you ask me, if JD Vance is weird, Kamala Harris is a weirdo and fake as hell.
And now, Kamala Harris says we're weird. Well, Kamala, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about some things that are weird. We think it's weird that Democrats want to put sexually explicit books in toddlers' libraries. We think it's weird that the far left wants to allow biological males to beat the living crap out of women in boxing. We think it's weird for a presidential candidate to bail convicted rapists and murderers out of prison, and that's what Kamala Harris did. And I think it's especially weird when Kamala Harris comes to Atlanta, I believe came here to this arena. Kamala Harris comes to Atlanta and talks with a fake Southern accent, even though she grew up in Canada. You can't make it up. That's pretty weird. Go watch the clip. She sounded like a Southern belle, even though she grew up in Vancouver. It doesn't make any sense. We can handle the made-up attacks by Democrats and by the media because we're used to it by now. But here's something I can't stomach about Kamala Harris. It's when she has the nerve to question our loyalty to this country. And she does. Well, here's what President Trump and I believe about loyalty. Loyalty to this country is closing our border, not opening it up. Loyalty is making life more affordable, not causing inflation because you can't stop sending money like a drunken sailor. Loyalty is safeguarding Medicare for American citizens, not bankrupting it by sending it to illegal aliens, which is what she wants to do. Loyalty is protecting Laken Riley, not allowing an illegal immigrant to take her life. Loyalty is serving in the United States Marine Corps, something I am proud to have done. Loyalty is taking a bullet for this country, something Donald J. Trump did. Kamala Harris, if you want to see the face of disloyalty, look in the damn mirror.
Can you say destruction? This lady got cooked. And I can't wait for the fake news to come out and say, oh my gosh, the racism, the misogyny, the hatred, and you're trying to be, what's the thing that Joy Reid said? You're trying to be white adjacent. You're trying to be a token. Like, this is all that these people say. They can't do anything besides try to name call or say you're trying to be white or something foolish as hell, because that's all they have. They really don't win on any of the issues. Even the abortion issue, they really don't win on necessarily. It's, I guess, a strong talking point, but they really don't win on the issue when they act like abortion's been banned or something. They keep talking about abortion bans, and Donald Trump has never said anything about abortion bans. So that's really the only thing that they have, that they keep trying to like just make up lies and just hope it sticks and hope it works. Of course it's gonna work on some radical left lunatics, but in terms of the average everyday person, I just don't see that happening. But let me know what you guys think about this rally. Did Kamala Harris get cooked here? Can she recover from this? Because these attacks are pretty damn bad, if you ask me. In my opinion, much stronger than the lies that she's making up. The things they're saying about Kamala are true. The things that Kamala says about Teflon Don and JD Vance is just nonsense. He's weird. He wants to ban abortion. Like, things that are just blatantly false. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for black people, she said no. We also did a poll, and 80% of us black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy. So I'm gonna need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November.